Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Mario and Luigi Dream Team. In the last episode, we've completed the LT bed. In fact, as the guide show that we have, like, whoa, Bedsmith is in the woods, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we rescued Bedsmith last episode. We fought a giant guardian as well in the giant Luigi fight, which means he's in the battle ring now. We're gonna take on the X version, a little bit of a side questy couple episodes. We have that, and we also have a couple items, yes, a couple, to get from Madame Broque, and they're actually super good. So we will definitely be stopping by there and grabbing what she has to give us. Because the Luigi Wall is a fairly easy Madame Broque challenge of all things considered. So we're going to be doing the Earthwake X fight and the Madame Broque section for Luigi Wall in this episode. Next episode, I'm thinking I'm actually going to just do a whole bunch of Battle Ring. I actually can do the entire rest of the Battle Ring at the power level I'm at right now. And while I could save it for later, I kind of just want to do a little side quest episode where I do it now. Because I kind of am enjoying the idea of doing them when I can, as opposed to when they're going to be super easy. Which, this bodes well for later. If I'm already, like, having a pretty easy time, that's a pretty good sign, because all of these bosses, all 4 of these, I did them off camera already. They are totally 100% doable, which is fantastic. Anyway, Earthwake X awaits us. Very, actually really not that difficult, because if you don't do the inefficient thing that I mentioned last time and heal him, he's actually pretty routine. His hammer attack, the thing that I was scared of the most, actually does not matter at all if you screw that up. As long as you survive, as long as you don't take so many hits that you die, you actually are perfectly fine. As long as you counter all of his other attacks so you don't get knocked back, and as long as, you always get excellence on your hammer so that, you do as much, knockback as possible, then it actually works out pretty well. Even getting hit by the hammer, it all times out where you can actually take care of it. The turn limit's 10, by the way, so it's actually 1 less than the volcano boss, Mount Pajamaja X. It's actually 1 less turn, but it's actually, it works out perfectly fine. I say the word actually a lot, I've just noticed. Okay, so he's gonna go through pretty much the same text, blah, 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 drive into the sea, and then blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I could just skip the demo. I like how they call it a demo even though it's a cutscene. It's not necessarily a demo. I don't know if demo would necessarily be the right term for this, but that is, of course, what they are calling it. So on and so forth. Anyway, Luigi's ready for battle. What was I gonna say? For fighting, there we go. I've combined fighting and battle, and it came out fattle. Luigi's ready for fattle. What does that even mean? The life and times of someone who has to speak English and make money for the internets, but apparently cannot speak English properly, because I mix up all of my words and jumble-umble-umble-umble all the time, and it is fun and fine and whacking you in the face. I hear you like waxing your face, so here you go, skiddly-doosha! It's fun to make noises as you swipe and smack a giant town robot in the face, break him into a bunch of pieces, then Luigi just kind of hustles back here. Why doesn't he just, like, try to catch him on the other side? Well, I guess, yeah, well, no, you're still putting yourself at a disadvantage. If he's going all the way over there, get on the other side, knock him to the water on the other side, Luigi. That actually makes sense. Are you going to explain his armor again? No, thank you. So, we know we need to jump on it. So, first turn hammer, second turn jump. Simple, easy. I mean, the little bit of incidental damage you get from doing the difference between a great and an excellent, I mean, all the little things do add up, so make sure you do your best to get as many hits in as possible. I mean, messing up one, that's not like it. As long as you get all the hammers properly, I don't think it matters too much, but it just gives you more wiggle room to work with. So don't screw up just focus, don't screw up your attacks, don't screw up your counters too, especially easy ones like this that really are fairly effortless. Why can't I speak English today? It's apparently a thing. I just stumble over all my words and I just look like a silly face. So we're getting to the point where I did the inefficient mistake that I did before and let him heal. So, I mean, it healed him probably about halfway to full, so it's a pretty big chunk of HP. That chunk of HP makes a huge difference, so now that we're going to basically not, have that happen, by always doing a hammer uppercut, there's not a single reason you ever need to do... Wow, I didn't get an excellent there. Good thing it didn't matter in this case. There's no reason you ever really need to do a hammer chop in this one. Is a hammer chop, is that what it's called? The one where you knock him in the background as opposed to backwards? They're both words that start with back. It's very confusing, game. Why you gotta be like that? Alright, I don't even think getting excellent here necessarily matters, because he's pretty darn close to the water. In fact, you know, it might even be just that first one that matters, because, yeah, he had plenty of room to get in the water there, so you even have some pretty good leeway on that. Also, don't screw this up. This is always really important that you get this hit in. I mean, this is the bulk of your damage. Make sure you don't screw this up. It would be quite bad to screw this up, so don't. So as you can see, he's already like 2/3 of the way dead-ish. We really actually only need, well, actually if we knock him to the water one more time, it won't actually kill him. But what it will do is it's going to bring him low enough where the attack following that actually will kill him. So, in other words, we have about 3 more turns to knock him into the water, which is all we need, and then 1 more turn to finish him off. So you actually finish him off in exactly 10, even if you mess up with the hammer counter, which will be coming up oh so soon. But that's okay, he's gonna put his super armor on. Ooh, so spooky! Good thing I have my counterclockwise strategy! Whoa! Counterclockwise action! More counterclockwise, except it's clockwise! And then so yeah, the counterclockwise strategy, which I explained back with the Mount Pajamaja X. Very vital, very key. I seem to always do really well when I use that counterclockwise strategy, so I highly recommend it. Unless you're left-handed, in which case probably a clockwise strategy would be better. I'm not actually sure how it works left-handed, because I'm not left-handed, I don't have that experience, so if you're right-handed, I think in general drawing, you know, like I said, drawing counterclockwise circles is harder than drawing clockwise. Is that the case for your other hand? Yeah, no, I feel like it's still harder. I don't know, I can't tell, I'm right-handed, so it's a very different, it's weird to think that, you know, people who are just left-handed versus right-handed do have markedly different experiences, however subtle it is, and actually kind of important when it comes to playing video games. So it's kind of funny how that works. Anyway, once again, hammer uppercut is the way to go. Always hammer uppercut, always hammer uppercut. Always, always. Very important. And then we just dodge these attacks again. I mean, none of these attacks are fairly hard. In fact, these attacks don't even knock you back, so he has very few other attacks that really knock you back that aren't... I mean, there's the Gyro Attack, which, knowing me, I'm going to script the Gyro Attack and make myself look like an idiot, but we have 3 turns left. It looks like, you know, we don't have that many turns left. That really is all we need. We just need a couple more turns here to knock him into the water, and from there, he's pretty much dead. So we are still very much on par. Even if I screw this up, like I said, as long as I survive, it's not a big deal. But let's not screw it up, because I'm cool. Yeah, I got this. Can't touch this. Audio cues are cool. Oh, I am on point. I'm on point! I can do this. I can win! Alright, here we go. This is the big one. Oh, I even got the counter attack there. That's actually going to let me save an entire turn. So here's what happens if you mess up. In fact, it actually doesn't, if you think about it, messing up does not even cost you a turn. Because what would happen next is you'd get knocked back, I'd hammer him forward, he'd use the ball attack countering that would knock him into the water instead. Instead, we're just using this turn to knock him in the water, so it's actually the same turn. It actually makes absolutely zero difference whether you counterattack with or whether, actually, it might even hurt me more than help because I might need that extra counterattack. Well, no, I just did some counterattack damage from doing that, so either way, easy to knock him into the water at this point, and, yeah, it doesn't make a difference, though, because him losing distance from the ball counter is, when he loses distance, when you counter him with the ball attack, that will also send him into the water. So you send him to the water for counterattack instead of attack, it actually doesn't waste a turn. Because he doesn't actually take a turn now, he, comes out of the water and puts his armor back on, that's his turn. So yeah, basically, it doesn't matter at all. The only thing that happens if you can counter that hammer is you don't have to counter the ball. So you have 2 chances. You can either counter the hammer attack or you can counter the ball attack. You do either one of those, you actually win this pretty easily. So, surprisingly easy fight. Yeah, we have 1 turn left, but he has such few HP that even through the armor, as long as I enact my counterclockwise stratagem, which I guess does matter in the case of this, as long as, you know, we enact the counterclockwise stratagem, actually will be enough damage to finish him off. Okay, we didn't even need to do the counterclockwise strategy. We had a little bit of leeway. That last hit, as you can see, as you saw in the HP bar, didn't actually impact the HP bar, which means he is finished. He is done. Put a fork in him. He's cooked. And now we get to the finishing bros. We have ourselves the Earthwake victory. Go us. Really fantastic. So, because I haven't shown off certain things like what happens when he knocks you in the water, or what happens if you try to hammer him sideways, I'm actually going to show off some Earthwake extras after this video, but that'll be after we do the Madame Broque section. So, that'll be after the official end of the episode. We'll have a sort of a post-episode showing off a few things. But yeah, that's Earthwake, basically. That is the most efficient way to kill him. You can do that in your initial try just as well. I still got the excellent. I've gotten better at reading his pattern. Alright, guys. That's 3 giant battles done. Not bad. Not bad. It really isn't that hard. Like, the volcano one's actually more difficult in my opinion. Although the volcano one was simplified because of the counterclockwise stratagem, which I'm so very proud of myself for figuring out. I know, it's a bit arrogant of me to presume, but hey, we're over 25,000, which means I actually have enough coins to buy everything I need in the game, unless I change my mind later on, which is totally possible. Also, you'll notice, the further you get in with these X trophies, they go from bronze to silver to, well, I'm assuming gold later, but yeah, we got a silver trophy now, so we're moving up in the world. So yeah, we'll show off more Earthwake X at the end of the episode, but for now, we do the Madame Broque stuff. Now I'm gonna quickly cut the footage here for a second because the game auto-saves the results whenever you complete a thing. So just in case my recording screws up or something, I'm gonna save it here so that I have a hard version of this, cut the recording, start up a new one, and then we'll just start tacking on. So 1 second, guys. Alright, we're back. We've hard saved. I've made sure the footage is secure. So, with that, let's move forward to Madame Broque, which we're going to take care of in this episode, and then we're going to do the rest of the battle ring next episode, like I said. So that is the game plan there. But yeah, I don't want to redo those giant fights. They take forever, and to be perfectly honest, they're kind of just really slow and boring. I mean, they're cool fights, but not when you do them more than once. They stop being a bit cool then. Okay, yeah, I was like, where am I going again? Driftwood Shore. Driftwood Shore is where Madame Broque is, you silly face. We're going to do her... Oh, okay, I'm going to spoil this now. We're going to do her final challenge. This is actually the final Luigi attack, so we have one more Luigi attack to get in the game. The final one... Let me in. Let me in. Unfortunately, as you can see here, if you talk to him, star rank, while really high up, and we're not actually going to get rainbow rank till level 40, by the way, so we're not actually probably get rainbow rank until the post-game. But, you need rainbow rank, so we can't get here quite yet. But that's okay. The game wants to be mean to us. So be it. So be it. Hey, you! Give me more stuff when I mess with your dreams. I talked to you. I didn't mean to talk to you, I meant to enter your mind. Through the powers of my pillow. Who's also a prince. Who's also alive. He's also a pretty swell guy. So yeah, as you can see, it's the final one. There's no question mark under this. Luigi Wall is the last one. So, even though there is another Luigi attack, it doesn't matter for this. So, this is basically just your game of Breakout where we, well, kind of. I mean, Breakout doesn't have you... It's Breakout-esque, I suppose. But, basically, you need to move Luigi around to hit the Madames. Be really careful. Be really, really, really careful with the fact that, breaking the back, because if you hit too many Luigis in one area, I mean, you can see more Luigis are coming back in to join the fray, but if you do focus on one area specifically for too long, you can run the risk, especially later on, of potentially destroying all the Luigis, which will cause you a loss. So as you can see, you have 3 strikes. Can I hit this one, please? You also get different power-ups that appear. We saw a slow one there, which be really careful and watch for it to stop being slow, because that sudden change of speed can throw you off and actually make you miss. You can also take advantage of the fact that Mario does have a very long-winded hitting animation, so there's that. You also have this part where you get, well, you get the big ones here. That's a thing. But you also... speed, fast. Oh, I'm running out of Luigi's over on that. Well, that happened. That's okay. We'll be fine. It's no big deal. Too fast, too much explanation. It will be the death of me. You get the big ones. You also get that ×2 bonus. The ×2 bonus is obviously your ample opportunity to strike, so make sure you, Oh, I lost the ×2 bonus. Apparently, if you summon a whole new set of Madames, that gets rid of your bonus there. Which would be really handy to get some of the less desirable power-ups, like the speed-up one. The speed-up one can only really helps if you're at a ×2 part. But then you occasionally get the section where you hit the wall. If you hit the wall successfully, you'll get a bonus. If you happen to have ×2, and you're really lucky when the bonus happens, you can actually get +40, which is really nice, but not that important. The heart there will give you an extra heart. You get one every 200 points, one will spawn. Then you also have this one, which makes the Luigis in the background immune to your damage, and it also summons an extra Luigi. As long you can let one of the Luigis pass you by, but as long as if you ever have if Luigi collides with Mario, even if you still have another Luigi in the field, it'll hurt Mario, and that'll actually cost you a life. So you can let a Luigi pass you by. It'll be okay as long as there was one Luigi on the board. Just don't hurt Mario in the process. But yeah, if you can keep these two Luigis going, you don't have to worry about the background, and you just get, double the points. Well, you don't get double the points, but it goes a lot quicker, and that's pretty spiffy. So, just keep up that. Whoa! Going a little bit crazy there, Luigi's. And look at that, we already got another 200 points, which means another strike. We're actually at 4 now, so we're above what we started with. Which will happen quite often. You get enough points here where it actually works out well. Unfortunately, because I lost, Luigi, or because the bonus happened, I lost my bonus Luigi, because that was going really well. But I had ×2 bonus at the time, which actually means I got a bonus of 40, which is really helpful. And there we go, the double Luigis are back. As you can see, they're going faster over time. They do get faster. This isn't like, I don't have a speed up bonus on. You can see your bonus is all in the lower left corner there, as you probably have noticed. In fact, I just lost my ×2 bonus, but I just got it right back. Generally, you want to stay in the center here. It's pretty hard for Luigi to pass you by if you're in the center here. I just hit Luigi twice, but it doesn't matter because the Luigis on the side don't care. And look at that, another heart. It's actually it's fairly easy, especially if you can get a good just wombo combo going here, where you have 2 Luigis just destroying the world. Somehow they are completely missing that one. There we go. You just rack up the points really quickly, and it's real. I mean, look at that! Look at that! It's disgustingly good. Oh, wait, there was a ×2 there. I feel ripped off. The max is the S rank is 800. We have 5 lives, and we are almost done. As long as you just have a good sense of timing of when to hit Luigi back, it's really not that difficult. Obviously, the speed up power is the biggest threat. That thing can really throw off your rhythm quite a lot. And I have been very fortunate to get very few of those, and a lot of ×2s for that matter. And I guess you can't get other power-ups though when your multiple Luigis are out. So that also helps too. You get less bad power-ups. So the multiple Luigis can get stressful, but they can also be a really big boon if done correctly. So it can work out quite nicely. And we're just gonna go ahead and get the 999 at this point, because we are guaranteed to get S rank at this point. But hey, that's not good enough for me. We're going all the way. Maximum bonus. Yeah. Ow! I got hit. That's why I said if it hits Mario. That was clearly just me demoing that if when Luigi's hit Mario, you'll automatically lose the other Luigi. Whereas if Luigi just happens to pass you by, which I can't show off because it disappeared. I was gonna try to demonstrate that, but if one Luigi's pass you by and doesn't hurt Mario, you'll be A-okay. So really at this point we're pretty much done. I mean, we've gotten pretty much everything else taken care of here, and it's just a matter of getting a few more points and completely miss. Wow, there's 1 point left. Boom! That was silly. But there we go! It's not actually that difficult. And we'll get ourselves another, what, 400 coin? How many do you, I know you get 100, and then you get, what, 300? Okay, 400. I was correct, 400 coins. And, more importantly, we'll get an S rank to get the Lucky Gloves DX. Luigi likes his Lucky Gloves. Imagine the Lucky Gloves DX. Even more luck on Luigi. And because we've gotten S ranks in every single one of her games, we get her super bonus, which are the Excellent Boots. They're basically a supercharged version of, I believe, the Action Boots is what the name was. The one where basically it hurts you if you don't get Excellent. Which means it has really high power, and all you have to do is get Excellent, which isn't that hard. So it is a pretty significant power boost. In fact, it's a contender for boots to wear for the post game. So these boots might actually be on Mario for the rest of the game. Or end up being on Luigi, depending. But in my party for most of the rest of the game, I still have the birthday equipment on. I would just like to point that out. I have the birthday equipment on. I don't really have words to say here other than I'm an idiot. So yeah, the Charge Glove DX, really interesting. I forgot we didn't really show this off after we beat the boss, Earthwake. It increases the amount your badge meter fills after attacks, which is really, really nice if you have strategies that involve charging your, I might actually put these on Mario. I'm going to consider it. It depends on what my badge strategy is going to be for the future, because the fact that we can in fact, since we're doing the battle ring next, yeah, why not? Extra increase in our badge charging speed. I'm okay with this. And obviously we want to put on some actually good, what was it, the Blunt Hammer DX was? Yeah, okay. I completely sort of forgot to, do the thing. Whoa, an increase in 80. Okay, if we look at like what we had before, it was like, what, the bear boots? Yeah. So it is an increase in 20 over the bear boots over what we had before. So it does put his power level at a pretty high amount. I mean, we're getting pretty close to endgame, guys. We're getting to the point where we're starting to get equipment that we will have in the endgame. Ironically, not that much of it, but enough. That being said, I forgot, Luigi wants his new thing too. Lucky Gloves DX, even higher chance of lucky hits compared to the normal Lucky Gloves. So, doesn't really visibly show, but just trust me. The Lucky Gloves DX are pretty good, especially once I get to Rainbow Rank and I can actually get that big lucky bonus. Luigi's can actually start becoming quite a force to be reckoned with. Anyway, that's all for this episode. I wanted to take care of this first, because obviously this equipment's going to help us a ton when it comes to the next Battle Ring fights. In fact, they're actually going to be relatively easy now. I'm not actually anticipating that much of a struggle other than, getting hit too much. That's really the biggest threat. But, it's actually not too bad. So in the next episode, let's just blaze to the Battle Ring. We have 4 whole fights to do, but, 4 fights will take up an entire episode length, but at this point, I want to show that we're powerful enough just hitting Star Rank to take on pretty much the entire Battle Ring up to this point in the game, which is pretty crazy. So we're going to be taking care of that in the next episode, guys. LuckySevenDX signing out. See you all in the next one, and stay tuned after this outro for some Earthwake things I didn't get to show off. So I'll see you guys in there, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye. Alright, first order of business, guys. What happens if we try to smack him while he has his armor on? The answer is, it does knock him back, just not that much. Now, if he has his full armor on, which I might show off, it knocks him back even further. And then he'll also do his attacks, even if you don't break his armor, so that is a thing. We'll go ahead and actually get hit by this attack just for the sake of, I'm going to get rid of most of these. I'm actually forget if it does a lot of damage on its own accord, but we're going to leave, like, one of these up here. Hit me! Just to knock us back a little bit, and, because we want to actually show off what happens when you do get knocked back. Show off what happens there. I am going to go ahead and, actually, just out of curiosity, if you, do the armor, by the way, when he has both armors on, if you don't have your bro attack, you have to jump on him, and then you have to sideways hammer him. But if you try to sideways hammer him now, what happens? I'm curious. A lot of these things I actually haven't experimented that much myself. So yeah, you basically just knock away a bunch of his parts. So that's kind of the animation of that, what happens when we side chop him. It just knocks away his stuff. It actually doesn't affect his armor unless it's on his sides, but then you want to use your bro attack anyway. Hi, can you knock me? There you go, just do your, like, you're going to do your thing here. Okay, these attacks are going to take a bit. What happens if I try to jump on this? You know what? What the heck? What happens when I try to jump on this? I'm curious. I would like to know. The answer is, oh! Okay, a jump actually works just as adequately as an uppercut. I actually was not aware of this. Now this attack won't actually knock you back, so I'm not gonna just purposely take damage. It doesn't have any knockback to it. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of irrelevant. So, well, let's go ahead and just break his armor here because I want to show off what happens when you try to jump on him. because that's also a thing. So let's do that as well. And then I'll just show off what happens when you get hit in the water. I'll show up what happens when you try and nudge him up the super armor. Like I said, you can use the sideways chop to break his side armor and then jump at his head as well, if you wish to do that, instead of the bro attack. But it won't work in the context of this. Now this is gonna knock me into the water for sure, as long as I fail the last attack. Although I want to survive, so I'm gonna counterattack, you know, all of these. But this is your kind of, oops. I forgot, it's, like, apparently he's doing this version. I was kind of expecting the other version, but, I would be mistaken then. It is this version, instead. Okay, I don't want to die. I do not require death. Oh no! Ow! So, if Luigi gets knocked into the water, you do actually have to do something to get out with before you take damage. You have to time your jump, to get out, you want to do it right when he moves, like that. Otherwise, he will smack his arm down and you'll take a good chunk of damage on each hit, and you'll keep doing that until you actually time your jump out. So, you can get out without taking damage. You are also kind of wet on the animation screen, which is really funny. But, anyway, if you try to jump on him, by the way, just for demonstration purposes, it is, not an ideal time for you. So don't do that. We're gonna do the ball, or is this another hammer? This is another hammer. I'm probably going to die. Anyway, I guess, you know, just take my word that the armor, when he's in full armor, you won't be able to budge him at all. So, actually, unless I can counterattack this and then knock him in the water, in which case I can show off the armor. But if I die here, that's enough extra footage. I just mostly want to show off what happens when you get knocked into the water and then just do a couple other things along the way. And I figure I'd just show off everything, but, I don't want this post-episode showing off stuff thing to... Hang on, can I get this? Okay, maybe I can still show off the armor anyway, because I knocked him back a bit here, and I can knock him back a bit more, and then hit him in the thing with the ball, and then he'll go into super armor mode, so on and so forth. He'll be happy. And actually just learned a couple things that I actually didn't know from before, so, oops, that's only a great. As you can see, a great doesn't actually knock him back that far, so you do have to get an excellent every time, like I mentioned, so, actually is important. Oh, we're just doing this attack again. Okay, let me get to the point where he does his armor, and then we'll go from there. Something that I actually didn't mention before, if you don't get great when you're doing the hammer down thing, you know, when he's in the water, he'll actually, Luigi won't do his final attack, which does a huge chunk of damage, so make sure that always happens. He'll just rise out of the water like normal, and basically, he'll just kind of come back on land. He'll do the same, like, all the blocks rising out of the water, coming back sort of thing. Luigi just won't get his final hit in anymore. That's really all that happens there. And for the final demonstration, when he's in full armor mode, you really can't move him at all. So you really do need to get rid of that armor. Apparently I can make him explode, though. Anyway, that's enough of all the Earthwake tidbits. That's all we need to see. Oh no! I have bad stashes! See you on the next episode, guys.